All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's lovely Miss Kara Peterson and Randy Weckerly with Links and Libations morning show, and we're going to be going down to Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale.
Well, is it Fort Lauderdale?
Fort Lauderdale.
I'm going to the brewery, baby.
I am too. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
LauderAle.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it. They spelled it correctly. We're going to be going down there soon. We're going to have a great broadcast for you. We're going to be featuring a particular brewery down in Fort Lauderdale, as Miss Kyra Peterson.
He loves messing up my name.
We mess it up a lot.
Yes.
Anyway, we got somebody looking at this particular broadcast. We don't know who it is.
No, let's see who it might be.
Well, how do you do that, Miss Kyra? I can't do that? I don't know. Gotta go back.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Well, they'll come in as a guest request. Who's gonna try to join again? Does he have to be a friend?
Do you want to phone a friend?
I don't know. Anyway, when we get this going, it's going to be a lot of fun. Kyle, you might have to, as we said, we're looking for the magic sauce to bring you in.
I think you have to press join us live, I think.
You think?
I think. I don't know.
My goodness.
Let's
anyway,
see.
Why don't you call him on your phone and see what he is, if he's having any trouble?
Here, let me go on our Facebook page and see how we do this.
What do you mean, see how we do? We just did this.
I'm just saying how, you'll get a notification that says, hold on.
Well, this is exciting. Great video. Nothing tragic. This is a lot of fun.
Let's go to, I could spell.
You got 2 people on now. This is exciting.
Let's see it. Why can't we view our viewers?
There you go. Hello.
You would have bring in Kyle Jones.
Let's see.
Okay.
Did it work?
You got to go do it again. Kyle Jones, say hello. He said hello. And you got to.
I brought him.
No, he's.
Yes.
Block this user from your page. No.
There he is.
Hey,
hi, Kyle.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
All right.
We're fine. Glad we got that technical issue. Did you have any problems doing that? What was your experience of getting that done?
I think I was just on the wrong page.
Oh, there's that. What page were you on?
I was on your Facebook page, and like you told me, I had to go to the Links and Libations, but it was a little confusing because I thought it was a different page.
Oh.
So.
Well, we have to get better instructions. Anyway, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
We're doing terrific. Here in Wisconsin, we're about 2 weeks before it starts to snow. So
Stop that. I do not want to hear that word snow.
Yeah.
That just means I go to Florida then.
Well,
I'll leave you here though.
That's the whole scam. That's the whole scam that we have. Miss Kara, move over closer because you're the pretty one, you know. Anyway, you got to see when you see yourself there.
Yeah.
That's what he can see. Okay. I can move out this way, and then he can see you.
Well, then we have the lovely.
I don't know.
Whatever. We have stuff
I
behind
have to put up with this all day. I mean, this is what you get with
whatever
with Wisconsin talent. I'm telling you. Anyway,
it doesn't look that tough. It looks like you got it easy over there.
It's a rough day.
We have a horrible job, but somebody's got to do it. We're really glad and honored to have you be part of our broadcast. It's really what we want to do with our platform is really help and get awareness out for people in Florida, because us up here in Wisconsin, and literally in 3 weeks.
Stop it.
I'm telling you, it can frost.
Up north it can.
And in 6 weeks, we can have snow. Well, we sit in 90-degree temperatures now. And just 8 weeks ago, we had snow.
No,
so,
we didn't.
We did. You didn't.
What is it? August?
That would be June. We did not have snow in June.
We had snowflakes in June.
No, we did not.
I live on a golf course, Kyle. If you want to stop
really?
back after we have counseling, we'll be back with the correct dates.
There's plenty of golf courses down here, you know.
That's what we're trying to do. So what we're trying to do, we're going to focus on you now. Tell us about Kyle Jones, what you're doing and where we're at, and what your world is all about.
All right. Well, you know, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, I enjoyed drinking beer so much. I thought it was a good idea to open up a brewery.
Absolutely.
And we just celebrated our 4th anniversary this like 2 weeks ago, I guess, at the end of July. And I mean, from the time that we thought of the idea of opening up a brewery to I mean, even to now, it's just like been a big blur. I mean, I go on Facebook every once in a while and I see these notifications of like, events in the past, and I'm just like, wow, like it's been a year since that happened, or 2, or
Right.
I mean, it's been 5 years now since we moved into this building here. So we started off really small with a 1-barrel system, brewing about 30 gallons at a time. And we're in a very peculiar location here. We're really off the beaten path, which seems like most breweries are, because of the zoning and the rents and stuff. But we started small, and ever since the beginning, we've just kind of been, struggling to keep up. And it's definitely been a good problem, but it's just like the never-ending expansion. I mean, we've expanded 3 or 4 times in 4 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I kind of stopped counting because, well, what's the point, right? It's just never going to stop, I guess. But
Right.
It's been 4 years, and we're at a point now where we're like, all right, this is the last expansion, and we've said that 4 other times, so we'll see what happens. But we're literally, running out of space right now, and I think we have a good division between our tap room and our brew house. So I'm going to try to walk over there. I don't know what the sound and volume is going to be like outside, but I guess we'll try it, right?
Well, this is one of the most powerful experiences now on Facebook. We're one of the few companies that's learned how to do this, and because we're the platform for the small craft industry, which we're very honored to have grown into. Sean Nordquist down there has been great to work with, and all we wanted to do is help provide good social media content, sort of a window into what people are doing, where they're located, get your stories, and then, when you have events and things coming up, just email us, and you can see how high intensity we are to work with. Very, very professional, but we like to give an outreach and provide good social media for you, because I've visited with over 500 small craft breweries, distilleries, wineries across the country. We've had a lot on air. We've the platform with the state leaders, and we know one thing: that your time is limited to get your story out, even through social media. So we said, well, if we could help, with that and provide a good magazine and Links Libations tell the story, it might be a good thing. So looks like you have a beautiful place, and there's no snow on the ground.
Look,
Mr.
and there's cornhole. Well, from up north, it's bags.
Yeah.
But down here, down there, it's cornhole.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's the difference between north and south.
Look at that. That looks extremely cool. So tell us what's going on here, Kyle.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's about 95 degrees and sunny out here. We're pretty used to this. It's probably about 100% humidity, but we're now standing here in the beer garden. And you could probably go back on Facebook and find some of the older pictures of this area. But when we moved in here, this was like a grassy area with weeds and rocks. It wasn't very attractive, and we ended up putting pavers in here and kind of, making more room for people as we grew. What was I going to say? I guess, yeah, as more people came, it's like, where can we find more space? So we started outside with the beer garden, and we just started with this area over here. And then we added, this area to the east here. We're looking towards the ocean now over there. We're about a couple hundred yards from the ocean. So that's Port Everglades over there.
No kidding.
And all the power for probably, southeast Florida comes from that power plant. And I'll tell you a little story about the power plant here in a minute, because we got our tap handles from the power plant.
That's pretty
cool. This is
cool.
the beer garden. People hang out here all the time, I guess. We have live music that plays in the back here. This is a cool little bench that we dragged out of this creek behind us. We call it the monkey bench. because we got this little monkey carved in here. But we tracked a piece of wood out of the creek back here.
Very cool.
We actually have monkeys back here. There's
Really?
vervet monkeys. There's about 50 of them, and they live back in the pine trees in the back up there. So we got a beer called Monkey Road Red that we named after them, and they come around every couple months, you know, and sometimes the people see them, sometimes they don't. A lot of people come here and they're like, "Where are the monkeys?" You know, and we don't believe you that they're here, but you know, sometimes they're here and the monkeys show up, so it's kind of cool. I'm just walking into the brewery now, and I'm going to turn down the music so you can hear me. I don't know if you can hear me okay or not, but
you're coming through great. It's great. It's very experiential, and we can hear you fine. Very cool. Love the tour.
All right, let me try to figure out how to turn this down because I'm having a little trouble hearing you guys. But I guess while I get to the volume, you guys can just kind of take a look around a little bit. We got a little bit of a barrel aging program going on. I think most of those barrels are empty because we just finished up our anniversary. But
what do you do with your empty barrels when they're done, Kyle?
we refill them.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we refill them 2 to 3 times, and you know, we only started the barrel aging probably like a year or 2 ago, so we haven't really gone through. You know, we haven't depleted them yet. You know, they still got some life in them, but sometimes some people come by and we give them to them for projects like making benches and stuff. You know.
Well, when you get done with them, we
say hi. You're on Facebook Live.
Hey.
Hi.
It's John. He's our brewer. He's been here since day one, and he's responsible for making all the beer. I think we did about 1,000 barrels of beer this year, and you know, John's been around since the beginning. So basically, any batch that's come out of this building has gone through John's hands.
Wow.
That's so cool.
Well, he's got one of the tough jobs. That is always a great opportunity for great success or a horror story, one way or another. So good for John.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the toughest job in the building, I think. You know.
Yeah.
It's 95 degrees right now, and you know, he's back here, you know, working in you know, next to the boil kettle and the mash tun that's putting off steam, and it's hot, it's wet back there, so you know, he really gets a lot of credit.
How long does it take in your processes when you put the beer in the barrels? How long do you let it sit in the barrels before it's ready to go?
So it depends on the style of the beer, but we normally put our beers in there for 4 to 6 months, you know, at the minimum. Some of the beers go in there a bit longer, but you know, I guess sometimes we get a little impatient. But for the most part, you know, the barrels that we have are pretty good quality and they're fresh, so it really doesn't take too long to, you know, get that oak or bourbon or rum flavor that you're looking for. You know, if you leave them in there too long, it's going to be overpowered by the bourbon or the rum, and sometimes you have to actually blend them back a little bit with some of the base beer to balance out that flavor. Where's my camera in the front here? I got it now.
Yeah, you're doing
it's
great.
Hard, you know, with the production and everything going on, to time everything so we have room in the walk-in and tanks to carve the beers out of the barrels. So you know, making beer is like a living creature.
Absolutely.
All the time, you know. We run out of kegs, we run out of walk-in space. Ingredients don't show up. What else can happen? Batches can stall out. You know, power failures. It's just like anything that goes wrong. You know, you got to plan for on a day-to-day basis, really, and it happens all the time. You know, pumps go out. You name it, it happens.
Yeah,
John's
we have
really
actually
at that because he's got a background in HVAC and he's also been a helicopter engine mechanic for a long time. So as far as, you know, being hands-on and able to fix things, like, it's perfect. You know, he's a perfect match. So.
Yeah, we actually have an insurance agent that's very savvy here in Wisconsin that for all those anomalies that you talked about, there's actually insurance coverage that can cover some of those. And I was just shocked to learn that this past about 2 or 3 months ago, right, Miss Kara? We had him down here. So look at, he's got a nice bright sunny day. He's coming out.
Kyle, I have a question. What's that? Is that an octopus behind you on the for a mural?
You mean that thing coming out of the side of my head?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is an octopus, and our good friend Dave L. You can see his little signature there. He painted it for us, and Dave Lavernia is out of Miami, Florida, and he's a spray paint muralist, and he does a lot of aquatic animals. I guess he does a lot of sea turtles and waves, and he's done this octopus for us, which is awesome. I mean, it really adds like a really cool element, you know, to the brewery. So that's been there since October. And then over here, I think you'll probably be able to see it from here. This is really a cool story as well. But that guy on the building over there, I wonder if I can zoom in. Nope. You can
Is it a guy that is it a guy that has a beard?
Yeah. So that's Joshua James, and there's a little story of him over here. But our landlord next door has a marine salvage company, and this is, I think, you know, one of his heroes. And Joshua James is considered the captain of the Coast Guard. So between you know, in the late 1890s, he would go out on ships or on these little rowboats and save ships that were in distress. And it says right there, in his 60-year career, he brought more than 540 shipwrecked mariners safely ashore. So, you know, this guy is a hero, and it kind of ties in with our nautical theme. You know, we're right here in Port Everglades. We're in Fort Lauderdale, which is the yachting capital of the world. And, you know, both myself and my business partner grew up on the water. And in our logo here, you see the propeller in the top center. So that kind of ties into our backgrounds, both my business partner and myself, boating, and he's a pilot. So, you know, you got the propeller on the plane. But yeah, that's the story of the octopus, and then Joshua James, which is something that's a bit newer that we've kind of tied into our brand a little bit, just because it's a cool story and it fits in with our theme, you know?
Yeah, it's like very eye-grabbing. When you look at it, you're like, ooh, what's that?
The octopus?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, we have actually, one of our members is a former member of the Coast Guard.
Oh, cool.
So, and he writes for us. So his name is Bob Aldridge, and we call him Uncle Bob.
Yeah.
And he actually he does it backwards. In the winter, he goes to his cabin in up north Wisconsin because he's a big cross country skier. And then in the summer, he and his wife, they live in Tampa, St. Pete. Yeah. You know, so right now he's up in upper Wisconsin, but I'll have him get in touch with you, because in our magazine, we're going to be featuring places like yourself. And then if you have associated, you know, golf courses, you know, golfers golf, then they sip. So we're looking for places to go play golf, places to dine, places to stay. And if you have friends in the community that you want us to reach out to, all we want you to do is let us know who they are. And
yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
You should, we got a plane going over. I don't know if you can hear it, but we're about a
little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you ask him about Joshua James, I'm sure he'll know who he is.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. You know, since we're right here by the port, we have a lot of Coast Guard guys that come in here, and we ended up putting them on a T-shirt, and they all saw it, and they're like, "Oh, that's so cool! It's Joshua James," you know. So let me see. Yeah, we have one up here.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah. And then one of the. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask. So, with the theme of your brewery, it's nautical theme. Is that because of where you guys are located, or is it because of your background also?
It's really both.
Okay.
You know, I grew up, fishing and diving and going back and forth to the Keys and to the Bahamas. So it's kind of just in my blood. We grew up crossing the Gulf Stream and fishing out there. And because of our geographic location, that's just kind of what you do. We're right here on the Atlantic Ocean, and we've got the Keys and the Bahamas all around us. And then, of course, some of the Everglades. But yeah, growing up in South Florida, you hang out at the beach and hopefully you get the opportunity to go diving and fishing, So I guess that's how it ties in with our brand. That's who we are. It's in our blood.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds very cool. It's cool to be that close to the ocean too. We're Miss Kira and I and the rest of our team are not planning on being here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin much this winter. This past winter was awful, and we're from Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin. We lived here all our life, but
I was gonna say we had snow in like April and May.
Yeah,
and it was awful.
Right.
I'm like, I don't want to ever do that again.
yeah.
Wow.
So
I
we're
wish
gonna be
you guys
coming down.
spent some of that snow down here. We'd love
You're more than welcome to come up here.
Hey, we've got
it.
2-3 rooms. You want to come up and visit? We're happy. We can trade out some. We've got a very nice place here. Actually, our studio is in my home, and it's on a 3 golf course complex. Very, very good.
Oh, nice.
But we're going to be doing actually another new show from Bonita Springs starting late this year with a very famous golf instructor by the name of Mike Calvert. It's called The Golf Doctor. And we've got our Links and Libations magazine is going to have a total Florida focus for 90 days because the snowbird migration begins, right after Thanksgiving. So you'll be hearing from us or our marketing people or whatever. I have one question for you. When your barrels wear out, you sell swag and stuff, we're going to begin a program that really we've tested. It's very cool that if you have a barrel and you want to, when it's wet, when you're done, ship it to us. And we're going to be doing flavored coffees beginning of the year. So basically, you can pick up your best taste of your best product. We'll sit and put it in the barrel. We'll, keep it, some magic things we'll do to it. And then we'll ship it back to you, or you can put it in bags with your logos and stuff on it. But it's quite a hit. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, it's nice for your, people when they sip too late and you give them some, to head out home, just give them give them a nice pound of coffee, and they can sit and have their coffee in the morning with the same flavor of the beer they drank the night before, or the ale, or whatever it is. So
how are you going to do that? Are you going to put?
We'll do it very well. We do it very well. All you do is you just ship us the barrel. We're going to get done with the construction. It's something that in my family, my brother built one of the largest distilleries in Wisconsin about 3 years ago after a lot of investigation. That's how I opened up the Distillery Channel. I said, hey, I think this could be a lot of fun. And anyway, I was asked by the American Craft Spirit Association about 3 years ago. They said, what you're doing is really cool. Could you be the platform for distilling? And I said, sure, whatever that means. But what happened was we did a lot of visits for going from Maui down to Key West to see Paul Minta and his first legal rum distillery down there, and to the Northwest, and visited about 500 different distilleries, breweries, wineries. And I opened my mouth about a year ago here in Wisconsin, and I said, you should really do the coalition, because of laws in Wisconsin are tough for the craft industry. And I said, I'm not going to be political, but we'll open up the microphone and we'll let you tell your story, and if you have problems or whatever. And then if you want to just come on. So right now we're just having fun. We want to get you guys' stories and build the platform, and know that you guys can always, if you got something special coming up, you got a night that's going to be big, you got a big crowd, just call us up. And, we're good as our phone anywhere. We're on our iPhone, and that's in my pocket or Kira's pocket. And Kira's my, not my daughter, but my,
I am
his work.
I am the glue
she holds everything together. I have no responsibility at all as long as Miss Kira's in the frame. But absolutely, we're going to be coming down, and truthfully, just send us, as we go forward, this coffee project we're going to have is going to be a lot of fun. And it really is. I mean, we've had some great names, and we can put your logos on the bag. We can tell the story on the back, and then the coffee will be somewhat flavored like, your brand. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So anyway, listen, look at that.
This is our mascot here, Stella.
Yeah.
She I guess she got her name before she actually became our mascot here at the brewery. But she's a lot of times people come here just to see Stella, and they
fun.
show up and they walk up to the bartender, and the first thing they say is like, "Where's Stella?" Sometimes I think the bartenders get a little offended because they don't even say like, "Hi, how you doing? I'd like a nice cold beer." It was like,
I want to know where the dog is.
Yeah, I know, right? And then sometimes she's not here, and people get pissed off.
Yeah.
Well,
you open up about
me.
Yeah. So, do you have any big events coming up soon at all? You want to get out there?
Yeah, let's see here. We just finished up our 4 years, so what's coming up next? I know we just, I guess one of the more, exciting things that we have going on right now is because we finished up our anniversary party, we have a lot of beers that are left over from the anniversary. So we've got a lot of awesome barrel-aged beers. We've got a bourbon barrel-aged Russian Imperial Stout called Rapture of the Deep. We've got a Barbados rum barrel-aged coconut porter that we've got on. Our coconut porter actually won a gold medal at the Great American Beer Festival last year.
Nice.
So that's a nice, version of that beer. We've also got we started doing nitro beers recently, which I'm not sure that anybody else really does in the area. So we've got a bitter on nitro, and what else? We got a couple sours on right now, and we kind of really haven't experimented with those too much. So those are new as far as the beers go. So our tap list right now is probably as good as it ever gets throughout the year, when we have that anniversary, and then also, I guess a few days or a week or so after. And then as far as events go, we got a band coming in here for Labor Day, I guess it would be. And the guy's name is Albert Castiglia. And he's a national touring act. And we've never had him here, but for the last 4 years or so, people have been saying, you got to get Albert, you got to get Albert. So he'll be joining us, I think that the first Sunday in September. So that's going on. Later on in October, we've got an event with Peter Glenn, which is a ski and snow shop. And they partner up with, I'm not sure who they partnered up with this year, but every year they have a movie premiere of extreme ski and snowboarding, which is pretty cool. They get a big projector and set it up here. So I guess those are probably two of the bigger events. I guess, can you guys not see me very well?
We can see you.
You're beautiful. No, you're fine.
I'm just trying to save my eyes.
No, you were fine back there, if that's good for you. Anyway, we're probably going to have to wrap up. We got to move on down up north in Florida. We got another interview coming up, but what we should do is we'll be back in touch, and we can continue to bring you on Facebook Live. Make sure to share this on your Facebook page if you have, and we'll give you that link here in a minute. And anyway, it's a lot of fun, Kyle. We're just be sure to stay in touch with myself or Kira or Rob that you might have talked with. And Rob does a feature, Rob on the Road. He's itching to get in his old beat up, whatever he's got going that barely runs. But he does some barbecue features, but he wants to just get down and visit with people. So Rob's a good guy, and he has no apparent reason in life other than to go visit people. So he's a lot of fun.
Hey,
Send them on over.
I was going to say, I'll take the trip down there and try all of those beers.
I know you will. Well,
you guys should all come.
Well, we are. We want to get you in the magazine. We've got some great programs to get the word out in our 3 to 5 month program of introducing people to Florida for the snowbirds up here is going to be, I think, pretty good for you. So a lot of fun. And anyway, Kyle Jones and LauderAle.
Yes.
LauderAle. I like that, And down in Fort Lauderdale. We'll be talking to you soon, Kyle. Great stuff. We'll get you back on.
Okay, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
Yeah,
You
thanks
too.
for
Bye,
the tour.
Kyle.
Say goodbye to the pooch.
All right. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.